Super marriage tip. Make sure to feed your girl every once in a while, otherwise it may get cranky. Pro marriage tip. Take every opportunity to always remind your wife that she married up. She will agree with you and she will be grateful that you actually took the time to marry someone as low as her. Super marriage tip. When your wife is using her super expensive beauty supplies, just ask her how long it's going to take for them to start working properly. That way you show you have an invested interest in her looks. Ow!
My goodness. Super marriage tips. When you go to borrow your husband's tools, don't put them back. You don't know where they belong. Have your husband take care of it. That way he can show some responsibility and make sure that his things are where he wants them to be.
No. Super marriage tip. The first thing you need to ask your wife to do after she gets home from her 11-hour workday is give you a serious back rub. Explain to her that playing Xbox all day long really takes a toll on your muscles. Super marriage tip. If your wife wants to play video games with you, just remind her that the dishwasher makes awesome arcade sounds.
Babe, people want to know, what's the secret to a good relationship? Do you have any tips?
Yes. Number one, she decides you agree. Number two, your money is her money and her money is her money. Okay. Number three is if you're right, even though she's wrong, you still apologize.
Yeah, nailed it.
Super marriage tip. As your wife is cleaning, make sure to watch and point out things that she misses. That way you teach her how to be a better home care provider. Super marriage tip. Instead of asking your wife where she wants to go to eat, tell her to guess where you are taking her and then take her to the first spot that she guesses. Then you'll know that she is happy and you can be happy. Pro marriage tip. When you have to run some errands and your wife doesn't want to go with you, just grab yourself some Dunkin' Donuts and don't get her any. When she asks why you didn't grab her anything, just say, if you truly loved me, you would have gone with me and I would have bought you something.
Go ahead.
Pro marriage tip. When your wife spills something and makes a mess, don't offer to clean it up. She will realize that there are consequences to her actions, and she will grow as a person because of it. Super marriage tip. If your wife is acting angry for some dumb reason, just use the phrase, "you are acting irrational." This will trigger a chemical reaction in your wife's brain, and she will correct her poor attitude. Ow. Super marriage tip. If your wife won't let you play games with the boys at night, do something to make her mad. That way she tells you to sleep on the couch. That way you can play games with the boys at night.
Oh.
Super marriage tip. Every once in a while, call your wife by one of your ex-girlfriend's names. This will help her realize that she is not the only woman on the docket and that you're a really good catch.
So here's 5 things that men do that we try to keep from women because y'all just wouldn't understand. Number 1, have our hand on our dick. Every man watching this has had his hand on his penis in the last hour. We don't know why, it's just something to play with. And no, we didn't wash our hands. Number 2, we wonder what everything smells and tastes like, everything. If you left poison around a bunch of unsupervised men, somebody's gonna taste it. It tastes like... Number 3, regardless of age, every man still remembers that very distinct pain the first time you zipped yourself up. Number 4, laugh hysterically when kids fall down. The shit's funny. I'm sorry, the shit's funny. Yes, even when they get hurt. We don't feel good about it, but it is what it is. Number 5, every man dreams about dropping a WWE-style elbow on somebody. Let me tell y'all something. I've actually done it before, and it is as good as advertised. Oh, yeah.
Hey, babe.
Yeah?
What goes in hard and dry but comes out wet and soft?
Ew! You're weird, dude.
What are you talking? Wait. You know it's bubble gum, right? What were you thinking?
My wife told me to do what I want, so I laid on the couch and ignored her and the kids all day. And that's how the fight started.
Expert marriage tip. Every once in a while you have to scare your wife to get the marital juices flowing. I'm gonna act like I fainted.
Get real. What are you doing? What are you doing? I'm dealing with kids all day long. Get up. What are you doing?
What if I was dead?
Super marriage tip. If your wife is stressed out about her day, just tell her that when she gets home tonight, she will have the laundry ready to go to wash. This will make her really happy. She will be excited and have a good start to her day. Super marriage tip. Constantly leave things lying around the house. Socks, shoes, garbage, cups, for your wife to pick up throughout the day. That way she stays busy. You know, a busy wife is a happy wife.
Chad, where would you be if we weren't married?
There would be no world without you. You are my wife and I love you. I love you and I want you to be in my life forever. Do you accept this, wife?
Dad, what are you doing? Playing the ring game?
That he made, which is okay with me. Because he could definitely be fucking bitches right now. And he's playing a ring game in the kitchen. Leave my man.
Super marriage tip. When your husband's playing video games with his buddies, make sure you regularly interrupt him so he knows that you're still here and that you're very supportive, and then he'll be happy.
Pro marriage tip. Always have your wife as the background of your phone. This way, if you're having a hard day, you can just look at the picture and tell yourself, if I can handle her, then I can handle anything.
Super marriage tip. Constantly do things for your wife to let her know that you care. Hey honey, I brought the vacuum out for you. That way you could get started on your chores tonight.
No.
No.
Super marriage tip. If your wife is ever angry at you, just hand her a knife. This will trigger her wife instinct and she will stop being mad at you and go make you a sandwich.
Super marriage tip. If your husband is mad at something that you did, just start crying because it'll make him feel bad and then he'll apologize for making you sad.
What? Super marriage tip. If your wife asks you if the outfit she's wearing makes her look fat, just tell her if she ran at the gym like she ran her mouth at home, she wouldn't have to ask that question.
What do you want for dinner?
Get out.
What is wrong? What's the problem? What's wrong with me? What's wrong?
I can't look at you in this outfit anymore.
Why?
It's been 2 weeks.
Super marriage tip. Compare your wife to other women that you see on the internet. This will give her an achievable goal to work toward in bettering her appearance. Super marriage tip. If your wife comes home from the gym and then lays down, encourage her to get up and keep moving to keep the calories burning. Tell her about the dishes you left in the sink or the laundry you left in the laundry room to help her out. Pro marriage tip. When going out for an afternoon in public with your wife, ask her if she plans on going out like that. You need to have a high level of expectation for your wife, and if she doesn't meet the cut, she needs to go change. Woman, go change.
Pro marriage tip. When your wife has been slaving away in the kitchen and you sit down to eat dinner and you take that first bite and she asks, honey, how's the spaghetti taste? Tell her the spaghetti tastes good, just not as good as the spaghetti my mom makes. This will cause her to continue to strive in the kitchen to make better and better meals for the family.
I can kill you in your sleep.
Super marriage tip. Never call your wife fat. She will never forget. Elephants have a great memory.
Super marriage tip. While on vacation, buy as many souvenirs as you want and make your husband carry them all.
Super marriage tip. If your wife is acting kind of tired, to help her out, you can make her a to-do list. And when you give it to her, she will be thankful that you did all the thinking work for her. Super marriage tip. Make sure your wife always accommodates to your needs. Honey, when you finish using the bathroom, you need to put the toilet seat back up. Pro marriage tip. The first thing you ask your wife when she comes to the door from work is, what is she going to make for dinner? She will appreciate it because you are putting your family's needs first above your own. Ow. Super marriage tip. Your wife values honesty. So if your wife asks you if her best friend is prettier than her, just say yes. Your wife will value and appreciate your opinion, and she will love you more for it. Super marriage tip. If your wife is slumming it around the house, just use your male-dominated voice to tell her to get up and get to work. She will respect you and get up and do her job.
Text your best friend "I got a girlfriend" and see their reaction.
Where's she at? Where's she at? Come on.
Fail.
Where's she at? No. 1v1 to the death. Winner gets you, okay? I ain't doing this.
Oh my God.
Is marriage hard? Yes, sir! I said, is marriage hard? No, sir! Will you love her? Yes, sir! Will you give up? No, sir! Who's right? She is! Who's right? She is!
Pro marriage tip. When you order French fries from the drive-thru and your wife says that she doesn't want any and then asks you later for some, tell her no and remind her that she's on a diet and is trying to watch her weight. Super marriage tip. Let your wife do all the chores around the house herself. She will relish the sense of accomplishment and she will be a happier person because of it. Super marriage tip. Wives are naturally moody, so if your wife has a less than ideal countenance on her face, you should tell her to smile more. She will realize you are right and have a joyful disposition.
Super marriage tip. Ladies, the next time you're bored around the house, fake like you're mad at your man. That way he gets worried, he cleans the whole house top to bottom for you, and he buys you lots of nice things.
My name is James, and I am speaking of my own will with no other outside influences pressuring me in any way. First of all, I would like to apologize to all our followers and viewers for the potentially dangerous marriage advice that I have given. Second, and most important, I would like to apologize to my beautiful, wonderful, forgiving, loving, and perfect wife. You are the best thing in my life. I would rather spend time with you than play Call of Duty with the boys. Your hair is gorgeous, your skin is soft, and your presence is soothing. I love you. More than anything, even video games. Once again, I speak of my own will and volition, and am not in danger for my own life.
How to keep monogamy hot, part 5. The first touch of the day will never lead to sex. So we have a rule that everyone in our family gets at least 12 hugs a day. Basically, every time we walk past each other, we hug. With the kids, sometimes the hugs lead to them telling me about their day. And with my partner, oftentimes the hugs lead to a kiss or a butt grab. Maybe he'll ask, hey, what are you doing at 5:30 p.m.? The moral of the story is, if you want sex to happen, you have to plan ahead.